tables for math and science, but we manage. The rest of the videotape will consist of two classes with myself introducing assignments and my interest in coaching assignments.
Brandy turns around.
To page 75 and I'll tell you what, I'll loan you it's quiet now, so let me go over this real quickly and briefly. It's all review, but if there's some people that are having problems, we'll go over it. Now remember, next Monday, you're going to have a midterm test over everything we've done. Jackie and Odell, you being new, if you need to look through those areas, and if there's something there that you don't understand this week, we need to get together and go over it so you can do all the tests, okay? And the test will take you 2 days to do. There's probably 150 questions, but you'll have time in class those 2 days. Don't rush through it. Check your work. Do you have a question, Charlie? No. All right. On practice 75, you're subtracting mixed numerals, and you're going to have to find a common denominator. If you are having problems with that, look back on page 196 and 197, and or come up and see me. On practice 76, you're going to be adding mixed numerals. Make sure that first you find the common denominator. If you have to borrow correctly. Make sure you know how many need a refresher on subtracting, unlike denominators you have to borrow. Remember, if you had a problem like, let's go 3/10. Okay, 2 3/10 minus 4/10. You have to borrow. First thing you're going to be doing is looking here at the denominator. That is your key on what you're going to add to 3/10. You're going to borrow 1 in the whole number area. And what are you going to add to 3/10? Stormy.
1.
You're going to add 1, but what are you going to turn 1 into? Jackie? 10. That's why I say that is your key. So what you're going to do is add 10 tenths to 3/10. So now we have 1 and 13 tenths minus 4 tenths. All right, so 13 minus 4 is 9 tenths. And we have 1 minus 0. Reduce. If you have to reduce, start.
Couldn't you just add the 10 and the 3 instead of having to make it 10?
Yeah, but well, I'm showing for the people who don't understand, they need to be visually on here so they will. But yeah, you don't have to write that down. You can do it in your head. All right. Make sure though, again, well, you don't have to write any problem stuff. You have to do it to the right of the problem. If you have any work to be shown, do it on scratch paper and staple it. So I understand if you're having problems. Okay. Do you have any questions?
When's the big test?
Next Monday and Tuesday. And it'll be due Wednesday.
So 2 days.
I think so. I can check.
On the test, do we get to ask a question?
No, on the test, you will not be able to ask me any questions, but it will be an open book test. So you can go back in the chapter and get help.
If we do 2 pages a day, we've only got 2 more minutes to go before we're halfway through the rest.
Well, you still have a mid-chapter or a chapter
Oh, yeah,
test,
chapter review.
take home, and then 1 in class. So you have 2 tests probably. Test Thursday, I think, and a test Friday, or it's Wednesday and Thursday. I'll get back with you on that. And the chapter test, and then 1 next week. Any other questions? Okay, we're busy. All right. This week, we're going to be doing a project online. All right. I asked you to remember to bring your thin felt pins, fine points. All right. And there are some pictures, 4 pictures in the back that you need to, when you have time, to go back and get some examples on what we want. All right. What you're going to be doing is breaking up space with line. I'll show you some examples here of other kids' work. There is no right or wrong in the assignment, but in what you do, but you need to follow the directions of line, breaking up space, making it pleasant to your eye. Now, this is an example of all I did was draw a simple daisy maybe flower and break up space in the flower differently. And then they color in the background, and very simple, nice. Here they did looks like a clover, and then they repeated the clover in the corners. In fact, that's a McLean, Jackie McLean did this one. And notice the one thing though here with these projects is the cleanliness. The cleanliness of the line. The papers aren't scrunched up from your peaches or folded. Keep the project clean. Here's a real nice one on breaking up space. Now, she drew some diamonds in there, real easy. She could have colored them in. It was up to her. But it was real nice. Okay, here's one with pencil. I don't know if you can see too well. Here's one is, I don't know if you can see it. They drew 2 bones, just 2 dot bones in there, and hid the bones with line. What I kind of like to see you along the same as the project you did last week is maybe take some simple object of a bone, maybe your name even, and hide it in there with line. So when you look at it, oh yeah, I can see that. All right. And notice how they broke up space there. Okay, what you're going to be doing is when I give you the paper with your pencil, first think about how you're going to break up space. Real lightly in pencil. And then when you're done, bring it up to me before you put it in ink so we can talk about it. Now, it's a very easy project, and it can turn into being a real nice looking project. And you can probably get a couple done this week for extra credit too. So, turn the main project.
Probably the main reason I got into teaching is the enjoyment of working with young people and to give something to kids I never received as an athlete. A coach that is understanding to the students' problems and has a great desire to work positively with students and athletes, to be involved in a good athletic program. In my 8 years at Republic, I've helped build teams that have gone on to some success at the state level with both boys and girls basketball. My biggest thrills, though, come when a student comes back to visit after a few years and says, "Thanks, Mr. Ramsey. Now I understand what you meant," or, "Hey, it's good to see you again, Mr. Ramsey. What have you been up to?" A good coach anymore has to be part cheerleader, part counselor, part disciplinarian, part mother or father, a trainer, and the list goes on. I feel I have a lot of experience in these roles. In applying in your school district, I only want an opportunity wherever I can fit in to the athletic program. If I have to work my way to a position, I have no problem with that. My coaching strength lies in basketball and football, but I've always...
Thank you for watching my video resume. I would appreciate a chance to interview in your school district in the Columbia Basin area and talk with you about a teaching position. I hope to get to meet with you soon.